Yes, so we can have lights, but you can start.
All right, permission to record this class. Hey, good evening, everybody. This is second lecture in week 2, and welcome to this conversation. Like we started on Monday about CSS, the conversation will be focusing on CSS, which is cascading style sheet. We'll see how we'll try to add colors, all of the styling fonts, positioning like margin, padding, and other properties to our classes and IDs that we've structured in the HTML. And by so doing, we just rush to do a quick recap of what we've done from the ingredients that is required from the HTML that we're bringing forward to, try to bring them together to form a better alliance in the CSS. That is what we're going to be doing. So we say that CSS is a styling, it is a presentational part of the web, while the HTML is the content, the structure, and the skeletal part of the website. So, and we've seen 3 key things in CSS. What we've seen selectors, we've seen properties, and we've seen values. And the part in the HTML that we cannot do without is that of a class and IDs. Though we've not applied it here in terms of the IDs, but we've applied some of the classes that I left the floor open for us to interact and to check whether what your instructor has been telling you is the truth, and you were able to apply some of those things yourself in terms of the selectors, the properties, and the values. So we're going to go over little of those, and then from there, like I told you, the methodology of this class is by defining the concept to you, apply it technologically for you to see, and then ask you to apply it. So having done all of this, I think is a great thing for you to, pay attention and see what we can do. Excuse me a bit, please. Sorry for that bit of delay. Yes, like I was saying, so we're going to go over this. And for some people that are joining for the first time today, I saw like 2 names. Don't want to call them that have not been here. I'm just seeing them for the first time, even though I know them personally. So we say that CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. And what it does, it describes how HTML elements are being displayed on the screen, and meaning it has the very beautiful part of it to it, like color, like fonts, like measurement, like positioning to left, right, padding, margin, and all. Those are the things that it does. And unlike we save CSS, HTML.html, over here, we save it to .css because that is a file format. And what we adore most here, we have 3 type of, we have 3 approaches where how we can write CSS in our HTML. One is internal CSS, the other one is in line or in text CSS, and the other one is external files. And the one we adopt the most is external files, in as much as there are some little ways that you can be bringing in the in-text one. So moving on, say that is the content, and that is what gives the beauty to the HTML. You know, it's the language we use for just styling. And yeah, so why we use it is just for the styling of the layout, the variation in a very different devices, that is a responsiveness in terms of mobile friendly. Your desktop, sizes of desktop is not the same with sizes of laptop, not the same with sizes of tablet, not the same with sizes of mobiles. So when we say that a device and screen sizes, we are talking about responsiveness, so device friendly. And where we show a bit of it in the HTML, terms of viewports, where we define a device skill. But here we're going to be bringing in what they call, when the time comes, bringing in media queries. So CSS, before, HTML was never intended to contain any text formatting for the web page, but with the help of the creator of CSS, which is a W3 school, they were able to solve the issue of the improper way of formatting by introducing these selectors, properties, and values into it. That is this long note, which I'll be giving to you. Am I sure? I think I've submitted this one, right? But if I have not, just remind me. I'll just, forward it to the group manager and he will take it up from there. All right. We did all of this that day, the styling of how to create external files. And yeah, this is the very takeaway of what we did. The selector is the object, and the object has a property. The property has a value. And in the current bracket, that is the property and the value area, several properties and several values will come in. Is not just tied to one object, which is selector, one property, and to one value. Please, as you are coming in, kindly mute, please. Kindly mute. Whoever is this person is, just mute. Who is this? I think it will be Onoja. Yeah, muted. If you don't mute, I'll mute you from here. That is very possible. Okay. So we said that a selector point to the HTML element that you want to style. That is, you can give a selector, any selector, right? Like paragraph, HTML, H1, H2, all the way to H6. You can also give a class name, which is also a selector, right? So what we do, you're going to just look at the selector as the object, which is like the noun, right? Is the noun, is the object you are talking to that you want to add this property and the value to, right? It's just like an object of human. You want the object of human to have a hand. In the hands, you want it to have these fingers. So that is what we've just done here, right? And by the time we start applying it, you understand it better. But I advise you to please go through your slides every time you understand it more, because the slides contain more, explanation if you go through them and then tie it to the video, which is on our YouTube channel, where you can go there, see them, listen to them, and then, comment, like, and subscribe. So, for example, we told you that day that the body is like the first thing of it. For whatever property and value you add to this body, it will take all over, right? It will be very universal, be very generic, yeah, in terms of the application. And this is the pattern in which we write CSS codes, right? Like body, curly brackets, then property, like property of color, double column, then the column name, red, then semicolon. You close the curly bracket. This type of bracket is called curly, we call it. The one that you know, that round one, we call it parenthesis here. There is another one we call angle bracket, that one that we use in HTML. And there is going to be another one called square bracket when we start doing Python and data science, where we're going to be giving the data structure like list and co. You'll be seeing a lot of those square brackets. So that is how, yeah. Then not just only body as subject in terms of selector, we have also paragraph. P denotes paragraph, which is also another selector. And we try to explain more of what we've done so far. We've done P, we've done, we reference P from the CSS, we reference H1, reference some of the classes. What we've not referenced is the ID, div, and co. I think we've even referenced div. In terms of, in the div, we've given a class name, but what we've not done, we've not referenced the div as a body of object, like inbuilt object. We've given a lot of test classes, you know, go through all of those. Okay, we try to explain this to you. Somebody leave it, please, they kindly be posting the link for the YouTube page. Okay, I will tell them to do that. Could not find the last class on. No, is there. Posted everything there. It does somewhere. We'll do that. But I think they are all there, which I'll still check. Okay. So, in case this link elapses, you can join the second link because we waited for you guys too long. For example, this one is called text property. It's about text only. We say that color, what color does change the color of the text. That is when you use the word color, you didn't specify background color. If you say background color, it will change the background color. But when you say color, it's going to affect only the text. Font weight is only for text. It changes it from normal to bold. Font style only for text. Changes the text from normal to italics. Text align. You hear the word text. So you can align it to left, right, or center. Text indentation can indent the paragraph. You know, font size. You're going to see text decoration, text transformation. All of those, you're going to be seeing them as we are doing it. So another thing is a measurement that we talked about. PX for pixels, PTS for points, EM for emphasis, exponential, rem, inches, millimeter, centimeter, etc. This, for those who are coming from the background of physics and mathematics, this should be a walk in the park, right? So this is what it means. I explained it further here. Yeah. So go through all of this. And okay, one thing that I think we've not got here is this is a section of the box sizes where we have margin, padding, border, and all of that. So width and height, of course, you know what that means. It's just a width and a height, horizontal and vertical. Border, if you want to give a border is the frame. Look at your picture, right, in your room. The frame of it is what we refer to here as a border. So when we say 1 pixel, 1 px, what we mean is the thickness. So the higher the number, the thicker it becomes. And when we say solid, it's a style of the line that is going to draw. Means the line is going to be, you know, solid. We have another one called dotted. I've shown you before. We have another one called dash. I've shown you before. And the black is the value of the color. So this is the pattern in which we write them. The second one you see, 3 pixel, dash, and gray. Now the style of that line is going to be dash. Like you see dash, 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 like that. And 5 pixel means the thickest. then it's going to be dotted and with a hexadecimal color, right? I don't know this color because
to pick. Is
he talking to us? Liberty, are you talking to us? Mute, please. So when we use the word background color, instead of color, we are talking to the background, right? So the color of the background. And when we see background image, it could be from a URL to the background image. That is, you can pull from a universal resources locator, which is a website, or you just use a RGB to replace the image in the background. So for example, you want to use an image that you love so much as a background. This can also come in. So this is what we mean really by box sizes, right? This is the box sizes. If you say we have three things here. We have margin, we have border, we have padding. And sorry, 14, and we have the height and the width, right? So for margin and padding is 4 sizes. We have top, we have bottom, we have right, we have left. Margin and padding. So margin, when we say margin, is the movement of the total object. So if you like, let be that there is an object of text, object of image, object of video, object of whatever, audio, all in one bigger object. It is the total parents. Whenever you mention margin, you're going to be referring to a total object in that either in a session, in a div, or in a container of a UL or OL. Do you understand this? So, but if it is padding, it is a movement of the child object, right? So in case you say you want to give it a value of padding left or padding bottom or padding right or padding left, know very well you are going to be talking to the child object, right? And of course, you know width and height. So this will come also directly to the parent's object. If the parent has a child or grandchild or even children or grandchildren. Yeah? So, question, please. Kindly mute as you are coming in. Question. Mr. Carr, please kindly mute. Mute. Thank you. All right. Anybody with questions so far? Because what we've done the recap and we continue to this level. Right? Before we go, yeah, question, please. Because as far as fundamental is concerned, this is all about CSS. The next thing is just to apply. As you're applying it, then you'll be seeing all of this, and some of the word will start coming up. But if we say we're going to teach everything before you can move on with it, then it's going to be forever. For my experience so far for the past 10 years in teaching coding, this is the pattern that we use. For fundamental, you just highlight the part that is very, very important, and that that student can just use it to, to find their feet on the journey, then that will be it. Question, please. Should learn how to ask question. If you don't ask question after a class, gets 2 things. Either you understand or you don't understand. And
good evening, sir.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
And please, Yeah, I'm just joining in. I don't know what it's happening here as per how you arrived. As in, what are we drawing? Let me ask, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Carr. One thing that we've done here, the technology we are now on is CSS, cascading style sheet. So I don't know the part of CSS that you've joined, or if you are seeing, if you are just joining to see this box sizing, because that looks like a draw to you, which is not. But I want to know, sir, is it from the HTML that we started for the first day, or just the CSS that you are confused, or this in this CSS, just these slides that you just come to me so far? Let me know what to say.
All right, sir. For the HTML, I was actually confused in some of the classes. So when we joined in the CSS, for like last time being on Monday, I was totally out of class as a result of the network. So I did not join last week's class. That of the HTML, I was confused in some parts, and this CSS, I've not got any, honestly. Thank you.
Okay, that is a point that is noted. If I think the only way to handle this is either I have to go all over, but going all over means I have to take time, no rushing in terms of recap. But what he's asking for is what we refer to as a drop-in session. That is a session where you just have to, take it slowly, and like as if he has not attended any of these classes before. So, which I will have to consider that. Maybe give him like a Tuesday or one of these days that we don't have class, so that